Types of user interface. B. Graphical. Graphical interfaces are called GUI, Graphical User Interface, or WIMP, windows, icons, menus, pointer. The terms describe what the user sees on the screen. There are many different types, but the user would expect to be able to view different applications or files on the screen. This is done by putting each into its own boarded area known as a window. The user will expect to be able to select options by use of menus of choices and by using small pictures which represent the different options available. Choices are selected by the user by using some sort of pointing device to indicate choice. Typically this would be a mouse. Natural language. Sometimes referred to as a conversational interface, the computer will ask questions which elicit a response which gives the user the impression that they are talking to the computer. The trick is that the system restricts itself to questions to which the only sensible answers are the ones that it knows. If the user leaves the expected responses, a message is produced which makes clear that a further attempt is required. Command line or command-based interface is one where the user types a series of commands at the keyboard which tell the computer what their intentions are. The user needs to know what the possible commands are, and also needs to understand the way files are stored on the system. The characteristics of a command-based interface are: the user needs to know what commands are available. The user needs to understand the commands. The user needs to understand the way that material is stored in the computer system. Because of the above points, there are two very important characteristics about a command-based interface. First, the system is very much more open than in the other types of interfaces. Other interfaces restrict the options that the user has available to them. This can be particularly important for the system manager because different users can only be allowed to have access to specific parts of the system. The second characteristic is that command-based interfaces can only be used by computer-literate people because you not only have to understand the commands and their uses, but you also need to understand something about how the computer operates, particularly how information is stored. There are many other points to be made about interfaces, especially the fact that the second part of the interface consists of the hardware necessary to put the software interface into operation. These points will be made when the appropriate stage is reached in this course.